This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Stacy Jensen. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday here on News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Stacy Jensen. It's July 8th.
Well, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department says that they need your help to identify a person in a surveillance video that has killed a total of 4 horses. They have been shot and killed from January through July 4th. The shootings are occurring at the Cowboy Trail rides in the Red Rock Canyon Conservation Area. Here is Las Vegas Metro Lieutenant David Valenta.
Hello, my name is David Valenta. I am the LVMPD Special Victims Lieutenant in charge of the Animal Cruelty Unit. In conjunction with the Bureau of Land Management, we are asking for the public's assistance in an ongoing investigation into horse shootings at the Cowboy Trail rides inside the Red Rock Conservation Area. The first event occurred in January of 2022, and since then there have been 3 additional events in March, June, and the early morning hours of July 4th. These crimes have all occurred at night. These shootings are intentional, and the suspect is actively concealing his identity. In the video and photos, you will see the suspect has a ski mask, gloves, and is wearing ear protection. The suspect is believed to park in the area, then walk onto the property and go to the horse corral. Each horse has been shot at close range. This suspect should be considered armed and dangerous. We are asking citizens to watch the videos, and if anything seems familiar about the suspect, or if you have seen a suspicious vehicle parked in the area, or have any related information, please call the LVMPD's Animal Cruelty Unit at 702-828-3364 or email us at animalcruelty@lvmpd.com. If you wish to remain anonymous, call Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. Reward money may be available. Thank you for your time.
A sad situation. Once again, that number for Crime Stoppers, 702-385-5555. PETA is offering up a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of that person on cruelty charges who shot those 4 horses in Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. Once again, if you have any information, you can contact the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, 702-828-3364. And if you missed any of that video, you can see it on our KPVM Facebook page.
25 caught up with Assemblyman Greg Hafen to talk about water resources here in Basin 162.
Where I've been monitoring the water levels, we've actually stabilized in the last 6 years. And that goes to show what the conservation efforts that the Nye County Board of County Commissioners and Water District have put into place through ordinances have actually started to work. With their new ordinances and through some of their development agreements, they've put in much stringent landscape ordinance to really reduce the water. And what I've seen is with these new landscape requirements that the county's imposed, the average home is only using 0.2 acre feet now with these new landscape restrictions. And these are only on new homes, which I have to commend the county commissioners, because nobody wants to go and tell me or tell you that we need to cut back on our water. You have what you have and I have what I have. We've been here for a while. And so this is just for new homes coming in to tell them, hey, we live in a desert. You have to be conscious of your water. And running a utility company, obviously I'm always engaged with monitoring the levels, making sure that we have adequate supply. And like I said, we've actually seen the water levels stabilize over the last 6 years, whereas previously the water levels had been declining, which is a really good sign to me. I'm actually pretty happy with that. That tells me that the conservation efforts that the county has put into place are working. The use it or lose it law is still the law of the land. You still have to be doing a good faith effort to put your water to use. There has been a Supreme Court decision for the Diamond Valley area that's been designated critical management area. They're the only valley in the entire state that I'm aware of that's been designated a critical management area. And so they've tweaked some of their regulations, I'll say, to try to address some of that, but they've been experiencing water level drops of upwards of 10 feet a year. So they have a substantial problem, and they've used the critical management designation to help them solve some of those issues. We're here in Pahrump, we're not seeing those sorts of dramatic changes. So so my understanding is no, we're not overpumped. I haven't seen the most recent data, so that may have changed, but I don't think it has, because we haven't seen dramatic decline in water. We are over allocated, and that came from the state allocating more permits than there was water way back in the 50s and the 60s. But what we're doing now is the state engineer is requiring an over-dedication of water rights. Like I said, the new subdivisions with the landscape requirements are using 0.2 acre feet, but they're being required to dedicate 4 times that. They're dedicating 0.8, and that will help bring the basin into balance.
And we'll have more with the assemblyman in the coming days. Well, a local man has been taken into custody once again for allegedly stalking his ex. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is reporting that they have arrested an individual by the name of Jason Hauser for harassment, intimidating a witness, and criminal contempt. On June 27th, deputies were dispatched to Jackie Street for a report of threats. Deputies say that they spoke to the victim, who said that the suspect, Jason Hauser, told her that she would be not going to court against him on June 29th, that he would be following her to make sure that she didn't attend the court hearing. She said that he had also contacted her and said that he would be at her place of employment to make sure that she didn't attend the court hearing. Hauser has been arrested before for stalking the same individual. On June 30th of last year, he was attempting to allegedly gain access to the home. He had a temporary protection order in place at that time, and deputies were called on separate incidences regarding this alleged harassment. Officers say that they had a document dated February 28th of this year that showed that Hauser was not to have contact with this individual at any time. They say that he admitted that he knew he was not supposed to have contact with her, but instead violated this protection order. The witness continues to tell News 25 that she is in fear for her life, and that on several occasions Hauser has broke in or damaged her personal property.
And a local Pahrump woman has been arrested for allowing a child to play with wild horses more than a half-mile away from the home.
Pamela Warnock has been arrested for child abuse or neglect. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office, they were dispatched to Comstock Street here in Pahrump in reference to a welfare check concerning a wandering child. The child, identified as a 7-year-old, was allegedly found playing barefoot in the presence of wild horses near Bourbon Street. An elderly female sheltered the child and contacted the Nye County Sheriff's Office, according to the report. That female's home was approximately a half-mile away from the child's home. The reporting party stated that the child told her that he was kicked out of the home, and she was under the impression that he was experiencing mental suffering. He said that his guardian told him to leave and said that he has no home. The Department of Child and Family Services was contacted and located his residence. Upon arrival, they contacted an individual by the name of Pamela Warnock, who said that she had the care and custody this morning of this child. She was not visibly worried or stressed, according to police, and that everyone was inside the house and no one was currently looking for the 7-year-old. Warnock told police, according to the report, that the child had broken into a locked kitchen cabinet, made oatmeal for the family, and he was disciplined by telling him to go stand outside of the front door and allowed him to remain unsupervised. Police noted that there was a fenced backyard where the child could have been disciplined in a secure location. Warnock claimed that she noticed that the 7-year-old had left the vicinity of the home and claims to have looked for him. She admitted that he had been missing for over an hour and did not contact authorities for assistance. Warnock was arrested without incident and taken into custody for child abuse and neglect and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Police say that the child remained outside the home unsupervised for over an hour, and no one checked on him, which allowed him to walk approximately 1/2 mile barefoot and ended up playing with wild horses where he may have been harmed or killed. All right, well, we're going to have some more news, including some alerts about air traffic in our area.
Oh, and yep, red flag. It's that time of year.
Right after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Welcome back. Southern Nevada residents may notice increased noise from military aircraft as the Air Force conducts the Red Flag Exercise 22.3 from July 9th. That is Saturday until the 29th.
Red Flag 22-3 at Nellis will welcome almost 75 aircraft and 2,300 participants from the U.S. Air Force, Navy, Marines, Space Force, Air National Guard, and U.S. Air Force Reserves. 24 units will participate in a complex mission scenarios against aggressor forces. This Red Flag will have emphasis on joint force integration. The exercise is organized by Nellis Air Force Base and hosted north of Las Vegas on the Nevada Test and Training Range. U.S. Air Force premiered military training area with more than 12,000 square miles of airspace and 2.9 million acres of land, with 1,900 possible targets, realistic threat systems, and an opposing enemy force that cannot be replicated anywhere else in the world. Nellis and the Nevada Test and Training Range are the home of a peacetime battlefield, providing combat air forces with the ability to train others, fight together, survive together, and win together. Red Flag gives aircrews the opportunity to experience advanced, relevant, and realistic combat-like situations in a controlled environment to increase their ability to complete missions and return safely home. It also prepares maintenance personnel, ground controllers, space and cyber operators to support those missions within a tactical environment. The 414th Combat Training Squadron is responsible for executing the Red Flag, and this exercise is just one of the series of advanced training programs administered by Nellis and the Nevada Test and Training Range by organizations assigned by the U.S. Air Force Warfare Center.
Nevada State Police have identified the individuals involved in the double fatal crash that occurred on U.S. Highway 95 earlier this week.
Nevada Highway Patrol has given an update regarding the double fatal crash that occurred 11 miles south of Beatty on July 6th. According to NHP, Raul Roberto Saldana, who is 28 years old from Sacramento, California, and a juvenile female that was inside the car with Saldana both succumbed to their injuries and were pronounced deceased on scene. Preliminary investigation revealed that on July 6th at approximately 3:48 in the afternoon, Nevada State Police responded to a reported fatal crash at US 95 southbound north of mile marker 49. They say upon arrival, it was determined that a silver Toyota Corolla and a silver Thor motor coach RV were stopped at a pilot car traffic control point. The motor coach was behind the Toyota. As both vehicles were stopped, a gold Lexus Sport utility vehicle was traveling southbound as the driver failed to decrease the vehicle's speed, causing the front of the Lexus to strike the rear of the motor coach. That is when the motor coach struck the rear of the Toyota Corolla. The driver of the Lexus was identified as Raul Roberto Saldana, and a child also in that vehicle. The occupants of the motor coach and the Corolla did not sustain any injuries at the time of the crash. Well, you might notice that the flags are being flown at half-staff. Former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe died today after being shot while giving a campaign speech on a street in central Japan. Abe died from excessive bleeding and was pronounced deceased at 5:03 p.m. Japan time. The bullet was deep enough, they say, to reach his heart, and a team of 20 medical professionals were unable to stop the bleeding. One person has been apprehended shortly after that shooting.
Here is Darby with a cuddly cat up for adoption from Never Forgotten Animal Shelter.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Never Forgotten Animal Society, and today we are joined with Sarabi. Sarabi is this beautiful black and white kitty. She is so cute. She has beautiful gold eyes. She's about 2 years old, and she's ready to go home. They say that she loves playing. She is really, really sweet, very, very friendly. If you want to come and see her or any of her friends here at Never Forgotten Animal Society, you can give them a call at 775-537-8674. They're located at 520 East Street, Suite C. Or you can go on to their website at neverforgottenanimalsociety.com, and they also have a Facebook page too, Never Forgotten Animal Society.
Thanks so much, Darby. And we'll have more news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, we told you about this story a little bit earlier, and we would like to update you a little bit on what's happening with Michael Wills, who actually had a traumatic injury as a result of fireworks on the 4th of July on the dry lake bed here in Pahrump. Wills is at UMC Trauma Center, and he has major injuries to both of his hands. He is with his family and hopefully recovering. He's been in surgery, so we would like to give you the information on the GoFundMe page, once again called Helping Michael. If you would like to donate, you can go to that GoFundMe page. The current total on there right now is $2,470 with a $4,000 goal. And so if anybody would like to help him, he's a 17-year-old local from Pahrump. There's also another individual that was also injured. We haven't got very much about that individual and if there's any help that is needed. We did get a phone call yesterday from the Shriners here in Pahrump who have offered to help out that family with their medical bills, and we did put them in contact with them, so we're hoping that we have some movement on that as well. And we do have a scheduled interview coming up in the near future with Michael's mother to get an update on how he is doing.
All right. And it's time for the Pahrump Neighborhood Cleanup. It's happening tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. until 12 noon. And of course, you're asked to go and meet over there at the Bob Roode Community Center starting at about 8:30. Especially if you have a truck or a trailer, bring that too, gloves, all that good stuff. They're going to be doing that cleanup. And again, the Source Dispensaries is coming out and helping you guys, so that's really cool.
It's going to be 40 members from the Source, and we're super excited about this because the Source has volunteered to do some community service projects here in town. So if you want to meet those members from the Source, this is a perfect opportunity. Yeah. We also want to thank Home Depot and Jennifer over there for supplying all the vests, gloves, water, and all the necessary things, including trash bags for this event. Come on down, get together with the Source. It's going to be lots of fun. It's only 3 hours of your time. We're right there at the Bob Roode Community Center, and we're going to be needing trucks and trailers. We're going to clean up some shopping carts too as well. For more information, go to the Neighborhood Clinic Facebook page or give us a call, 775-299-9992. And we do have a couple other announcements, and just a moment after our weather.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it's been warm out there, hasn't it?
Sunny and hot, that's what it is. And that wind is not going away anytime soon. We're going to have John with a full update on your weather coming up right after this.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Look at this weather map. How outstanding on a Friday. 95 and 96 in Fernley and Fallon. Carson City, you're the cool spot in the state at 88, 91 out there in Tonopah. Goldfield close behind at 92, 99 in Sweatin' Donkeys and Beatty. Haunted Hotels in Amargosa at 104. That's the hot spot in the state today. And out in Las Vegas, close behind 103 degrees. Death Valley feeling just like Death Valley do at 114. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, we're looking at 101 degrees. Yes, that's our outstanding high today even. Those south-southwesterly winds to 15 miles per hour. Felt pretty good, actually, with all that heat. Humidity, 8%, and nothing much to mention there other than, I guess we live in a desert. The sun rose this morning at 5:33, setting this evening at 8:04. Picked up another couple minutes of nighttime. Hooray, as we head for our low tonight at 74 degrees. The winds will be blowing at us out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour, keeping it a pretty pleasant evening for star watching under clear skies tonight. As we head into the weekend, what do we see? Bunch of triple digits for the next 4 days, 5, 6, 7, yeah, pretty much the whole week. Look at that, but 4 days of sunshine. Winds, I'm going to say, average about 13, 12 miles per hour throughout the week. Lows at night expect to be in the upper 70s and low 80s. It's going to be some cloud cover Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just to give us a little different flavor, but no real chance of rain. If something develops along the way, we'll let you know. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Back to the desk, here's Deanna.
You know, I would be lax if I did not give at least some update on what's going on with the Nye County Animal Shelter. Right. I know people have been waiting for us to give an update on what's happening down there. And the thing is we've been trying all week long. We've talked to Sheriff Sharon Worley, we've talked to County Manager Tim Sutton, and of course attempted several times to contact the new shelter manager, Tasha Crabtree. Yes. And she is I'm sure very busy down there. We did notice that they have their new Facebook page up this morning and are asking people to come on down at 10 a.m. to adopt animals, and we've seen that. They've been adopting out animals. We've been told that we'll get the cameras in there and show everybody the shelter and the staff and get to meet everybody as soon as possible. They were still trying to get some of the kinks worked out there as well. We do want to tell everybody that she definitely has quite a resume. We did talk to Frank Carboni, our county commissioner in Excess, about her being on the Dr. Jeff Rocky Mountain Vet show there on Animal Planet for 5 years, and including
Jackson Galaxy too.
Yeah, Jackson Galaxy from My Cat from Hell. Also part of the Southern Nevada Animal Foundation. She is a global spay and neuter activist, and we're lucky to have her here in town. And we'll be getting video and letting you meet the staff as soon as we're allowed to get in there. And we're wishing them well in the future, of course.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of other things going on this weekend. We've got the Movies in the Park is happening tomorrow. Yes. And what movie we have? The Dream Horse is tomorrow. It's free. Bring your lawn chairs, bring a blanket, some beach towels, just kind of hang out. They have a concession stand, so lots of fun. It's over at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park, and that's right there, between Pahrump Valley Road and Dandelion. Yes. Off of Honeysuckle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, come on down. Starts at dusk. And once again, it is free. It's going to be lots of fun. We thank the town of Pahrump for bringing us this movie in the park series. It's a lot of fun. And what a great event.
It is. And lots of great movies, so take the kids. It's free.
And of course, the pool is open all summer, but also July. Care of the Rotary is free as well down there at Petrick Park, so nice on the corner of Basin and Highway 160. We'll see you back here on Monday. We hope you have a great weekend. I want to see you at that cleanup tomorrow. Don't worry, it's not going to be too hot.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.